Welcome back, Hotwheels collectors and diecast enthusiasts, to another episode of Curve's Garage. Today, I just wanted to. I was gonna start back on my collector number series, but I just wanted to go over a couple things with you. Just if you don't know, just a little history. Hot Wheels started it in. Started releasing cars in 1968 and 1977. They were the red line. And I don't know if this is a good example, if you can see that. We got the hubcaps with the red line around the tire there. Maybe if I... so dark. They have a red line around them. And those went from 1968 to 1977. Then started the blackwall era. Which are these wheels right here, basically the same thing but without the red line. And so they stopped doing the red lines in 77 and they went to this wheel here, also known as the basic wheel that they still use today. And here's some packaging that what it looked like. And these few ones I'm about to show you are pretty difficult to find, or at least in my experience. This crane here, and here it is, mint on the package. And I'm sure they had other different ones other than the workhorses. This is from 1980. I do have a huge collection of loose black walls. Here's another one that was pretty tough to find, the racing team. High hauler. This one has a gray back. Another challenge for me was this one here, the telephone truck, and I do have two, but missing the yellow extended ladder. So this one on an unpunched card, also from 1980. And we got the post office. And this one was from 1979. So the packaging changed a little bit. And here's when they released the hot ones on an unpunched card. The hot ones are these gold rims. They're also different style than the... they kind of look like the black walls, but they are a little bit different. If you look at it, the kind of rectangle holes around it, and they're gold. And they still use these. Well, I'm not sure if they're using them today, but they used them for a long time. And this is from 1979, 1980. Just kind of trying to show you the progression of how the collector numbers came to be. That's basically what my goal is here. And here's a pretty thrashed card. This actually ended up being released again as the collector number 1. 1982 is when this was released. And as you look at the back, 1982, you see that there's an ad for Real Riders. So if you're wondering when they came out, happened to have one. In the package. Here it is. There's your 57 T-Bird. And the Real Riders. So they've been around a lot longer than most people think. 1982. And then you see on the back of this one, it talks about the Ultra Hots. Interesting. Okay, moving on to 1988, or speeding up to 1988. So a lot of cars released between 77 and 88, but this is on the tail end of the blackwall wheels. So you still got the workhorses that they've been. That Wonder Bread is a tough find. Here's the Trail Busters. Got the Blazer 4x4. Now, if you look at the back here, you'll see a bunch of numbers. And you see, if you can look at that first one, old number 5. So, back. To this, that is old number 5, but it wasn't a collector number at first. It was just a regular main line. Collector numbers weren't invented yet, or they weren't released yet. And here's the thing: if you look at this one here, and I'll point it out again, it has louvers right there. And the difference between this Blackwall one and the collector number 1, the collector number 1, it's smooth right there. There is no louvers. So that's how you can tell the difference between the first one and the collector numbers, loose. Here's another Trail Buster. And this is also, I forgot to mention, is a collector number. And you can see it on there somewhere. Trail Buster. Somewhere. I'm not going to waste the time looking. You probably spot it on there, but anyhow. So this is really the collector numbers. Really, look at the top, 1990, the 89 collectors series. So I guess it started in 89. So you had those. So that's how the original ones are. They had the list of numbers on the back, and that's how you were able to tell. Here's the Baja Breaker with the AT&T delivery to it. Here's the Speed Fleet. This actually has moving parts. The Peugeot. This rear top or back end goes up, hatch goes up, and that's pretty cool. So what I'm showing you, these are the early collector number cars. Also, this has the doors opening on this Nissan 300ZX. And here's 80s Corvette. This has opening hood. Here's a couple of classics. You got a Bugatti and a classic Caddy. They also came in variations, colors. Then you have the action command. Let's see here. This is here's the early signs of the blue cards. But they were not part of the collector number series. These were just regular mainline cars. And there's where the Ultra Hot Wheels came into effect. Here's some more examples of the blue card, all blue, and no numbers on them. So the blue cards, that's the... When people mention blue cards, which you've heard, that's these right here that are blue card, but they're not part of the collector number series. And I'll show you. I know it sounds confusing, but I'll show you in a second. So there was a bunch of those that were all blue card, but they didn't have the numbers. Now, this is where things might get a little, I'm not sure, I guess, what the F4 would know. But these are the blue cards with the big bold numbers on the bottom right. Now these are part of the collector numbers series, so where that first batch with the numbers on the back stopped, this is where they started, and they look like this. And that was, I want to say 1990. I think they started doing that. Here's another blue card. This one's got all the bells and whistles. Just a special car, Olds 442 with real riders, and limited 7,000. That's a special car. And then they went to the fade, which is the blue card faded to white with the big bold number now in blue in the bottom right hand corner. This is the No Fear race car, another special car. And then finally, they kind of went to this, which is the faded car with the number offset there, and also bold on the back. Sometimes they didn't show the number on the front and the bold number was on the back. And that is it for my little tutorial on the Blackwall to collector number transfer. So anyhow, I wanted to show you that because I'm going to continue on with my collector number series that I was sharing with you. I ended up stopping at 290, so we're going to start at 291, and that'll be the next video that you'll see. All right, hope you're having a great Saturday or afternoon, and I'll talk to you later.